Have you or a loved one been affected by pignosis? Symptoms include blaming the controller, banning your own viewers, and saying, that's impossible 47 times a stream. However, there is hope. Welcome to Duty Streams, the internet's premier center for DSP analysis, memes, and emergency anti-pignosis treatment. We expose the cope, we study the salt, and we ask the hard questions. Did the game really screw him, or was it just another skill issue? Subscribe to Duty Streams today, because pignosis spreads fast, but laughter spreads faster.
Appreciate that. That's our first membership of the day. Okay, so a few quick things to talk about, and then we'll do like open Q&A and build up attendance a bit more before we start with Marvel ToeCon. Okay, so recently things have been going really good around here, but we had kind of a slow start this week. As you know, this is a normal 6-day streaming week for me, so this is day 3 of 6, so about the halfway point today. Basically, the daytime streams have not been doing so well. Both Assassin's Creed and Dark Souls in the last couple of days did about $100 of support, which isn't atrocious. Just so you know, it's not end of the world, but it's also not great. Like, I'm hoping to hit multiple milestones so that we can do DSP pack rips and see cards, you know, and it hasn't happened. And I don't know if it's because of the games. I don't know if it's because the games have been played too long, because at first these games had been doing well, and now it seems like they're not. Or I don't know if it's because of something else. Like, notably, this week, okay, the kick side of stuff has been incredibly slow. All right, give you some stats here. So far this week, we have a grand total of 6 gifted subs, out of which 3 were trolls. So 6 subs literally all week, and 3 were trolls. Okay? Kicks this week. The most kicks I received was 1,000 kicks from 220. After that, 2 people did 500. And after that, pretty much nothing. So essentially, so far this week, I've streamed 2 days. This is day 3 we're starting. And I've made a grand total of like $40 on Kick. So I don't know what's going on, because Kick, sometimes we get tons and tons and tons of support, and people are all excited for things like the card unpackings and the like. Maybe that's it too. Maybe it's that this week we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the first time, and we went back to Surging Sparks Pokemon. Maybe people aren't so excited for those, right? Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't doing it for you. I don't know. We've only had Yu-Gi-Oh! Since Thursday. And remember, the reason we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is because last week we opened Hal World, Lorcana, One Piece, and Pokemon, and we went through all of them in a week. Okay? So maybe that's what it is. Maybe people just don't like the Yu-Gi-Oh! We've so far opened 8 packs out of the 24. Out of the 24. So we have opened a third of the box, right? So we have 16 more to go, and we'll see, you know, how that goes. We did get our first 2 hits last night. Our first 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Hits, which looked pretty nice. They're nice-looking cards. One was worth like $7, one was worth like $8. People are saying that in this box, there should at least be 1 more hit. There could be 3 more hits. Yes, there is a chance that I could get a very rare, expensive card worth hundreds of dollars, but they're incredibly rare and almost no one gets them. Someone actually said there's one card that's worth almost $500, but only 30 people have gotten it worldwide. 30. 30. That's very rare that only 30 people have found the card. So that's crazy to think, actually, that it's that rare. With Surging Sparks, we've opened also 4 packs, I want to say. And sadly, no hits yet. Okay? Nothing yet. We got 1 EX card. It's a nice with Hydreigon, but that means all the hits are still in there. And there's going to be guaranteed at least 4. Sometimes there's 5 to 7 in a box, but at least 4. And remember, this set has some really good cards. Just $300 Pikachu and others. So there is good potential there. And we really liked this, too. When we did this set back in, May, June, we really liked the set, the art and everything. It's a nice set. So basically, maybe that's what it is. Is it that we've gone through so many cards that now kind of the appeal of the cards has worn out because we've done so many? I don't know. Like, we had talked about possibly doing Dragon Ball cards, and I held off on getting them because they sold out at first when I saw them. And now it seems like the appeal of the cards has slowed down a bit. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me. Because the thing is, I absolutely want to get momentum back. I want to entertain you. I want to do things that you want. And I'm hoping that the variety that we're doing this week with Tokon today, and we're doing the Gears beta on Thursday, you know what I mean? That hopefully that will bring back some interest. I don't know. We could always start up new stuff as well. There's tons of things that we could be doing right now. But I've seen a distinct decline in kick support this week. In the first 2 days I streamed, there's almost none. Okay? And so far, some of the irregulars who've been coming by to support in droves in the last few weeks also haven't really supported this week. So if you like me doing different stuff, if you like the cards, if you like Marvel Tokon, you want to see me keep playing Marvel Tokon, then please support today's stream. Let me know. Okay? That's how you can let me know. Okay. Let's see here. Someone tipped $3 and said something stupid. So thanks for $3. I don't waste time. Whoa, okay. 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 Someone just did a big tip, but immediately said, I want to be anonymous. So I'm not going to say the name because they specifically requested to stay anonymous. Okay. So someone just tipped me. You ready for this? $100. Wow. Okay. So first off, here we go. Awesome. Thank you so much. So this person says, this is for some Yu-Gi-Oh! Rips later on, and so we'll get to the milestone, and you really haven't gotten the support that you deserve lately. Well, thank you. That's a $100 tip, and I'm keeping it anonymous. They gave me their name, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, but I'm going to keep it anonymous. So a $100 tip means we've already hit multiple milestones today. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Here we go. So with a $100 tip gets us to 120. So number one, because it was a $50 tip, boom, that's a pack. Because we hit the $100 milestone, boom, that's a pack. And because it was a $100 tip, that's a Prismatic Evolutions Super Premium pack, boom, that's a pack. So we absolutely will be doing pack rips, and it will be Yu-Gi-Oh! Because this person specifically requested Yu-Gi-Oh! So we're doing that, okay? That is awesome. Thank you so very much. 3 pack rips just based on that contribution alone. That is, excuse me, that is excellent. Got some indigestion. Now, in regards to further, milestones, we get to 150 of cumulative support. That's another pack. 200, that's a pack. 250, that's another pack. Okay? So let's go, and let's get that moving over the course of today's stream. We're going to now do 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! And 1 Prismatic Evolutions. We can get more. Let's do it. Okay. Cool. So anyway, that was the first thing I wanted to say is, yeah, it's been slower this week. I don't know why. Like I said, notably, I've noticed almost no kick support whatsoever when we've been getting kick support recently. And some of the regulars that were coming by didn't really come by this week. So because of that, I think that's why we've had a slow start. Now, I'm not complaining overall because the night streams have still done well. Like, we had a really great Pokemon stream 2 nights ago. Last night, we did well on Final Fantasy VI. So as long as we keep that consistency, we're good. But I just hope that it keeps going, right? So, let's talk about the schedule for the week. What variety we have. Today, Marvel Tokon, X-Men campaign in the episodes, and if there's time, trying the online play. Tonight, the continuation of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. We're in the end game now. We're actually at the end of Victory Road, so we're going to finish that up. We're going to get to the Elite Four tonight. We're going to take them on and hopefully defeat them and see what's left. I actually don't know what's left post-game in this game. I would like to know, if anyone knows, how much content is there post-game in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. I would love to know that because I want to know how much longer we'll be playing the game. And at this point, I don't know if it's going to be equivalent to, say, Fire Red. Like, Fire Red had a lot of post-game content, right? But I've never played Brilliant Diamond, okay? Rockstarity says there's not much. There's Heatran and there's Battle Tower. So basically what you're saying is once we beat Elite Four, maybe one more thing, and then that's about it. Okay, good to know.